I have a friend that always talk about, oh, maybe tomorrow will be the end of the world. Maybe next year, tomorrow, the end of the world. Especially if you watch the movies that talk about the end of the world. So some people has that way of thinking. So it means their Swadhisthana chakra store a lot of imbalance in this particular vrittis. And some people maybe has lack confidence. Actually, what happened with the people who has lack confidence? If you see the people from the outside, if you have lack confidence, what usually represents by that people?
Security or can be jealous.
Right. And
like if you're in a relationship, you can be like, oh, why do you like? They think they like someone else because they're not confident with you.
yes. And sometimes they show themselves as better than other person because they likes to see the weakness of other person because it can make them feel more superior. But actually it is just projecting their lack of confidence in their mind. Let's say if we are confident with ourselves, we will never think about others' weakness, right? Because we are confident with ourselves. So if you see the people who has that kind of behavior, so maybe now you know that it relates with the Swadhisthana chakra. So let's say if you are a yoga teacher, now you have a student like has this type of behavior. So what yoga pose that you can think of can help the student to have more balance in the Swadhisthana chakra?
Squat.
The squat and
Cobra.
the cobra.
That's more Manipura.
Cobra more for Manipura. That stimulates the sacrum and the lower belly.
Oh, the butterfly.
The butterfly. If we talk about the hatha pose, we have Janu Sirsasana, Paschimottanasana. If we talk about the yin, half butterfly, caterpillar, that stretch the pelvis, the back of the pelvis, the sacrum, and the lower belly. We try to find a connection between the chakra theory and the meridian theory. Can you find the correlation of, even though it's not 100% the same, but if we talk about the Muladhara and Swadhisthana chakra, the first and the second chakra, it has a lot of similarity with the kidneys and urinary bladder function. So let's say if you have a yin yoga class, but you want to talk more about the chakra, if you want to have that chakra explanation, then you can have some correlation as well with the TCM. Let's say now you want to explain about the Muladhara chakra and Swadhisthana chakra, you can find the pose that stimulates the kidney and the bladder. See? Sometimes if you let's say I don't want to talk about the TCM, I want to talk more from the chakra side. So you can actually use this vrittis in your explanation, and with the pose you can make the correlation of the pose based on the meridians, the similarity that they have with the meridian. But if we talk about the asanas, if we experience hormone imbalance, we try to activate the glands to produce the hormone. Maybe at the beginning the hormone kind of the gland is less active, but by create a stress or exercise or train our gland through the asanas, so we train our glands to be able to maintain their production. Maybe it takes longer time, but for the long term, you will have a stronger glands function that make the balance in the production of the hormone becomes naturally you will get that balance. Rather than, let's say if you talk about the short effect, getting more hormone will make it balance for short term, but for the long term, we need to stimulate the gland itself, right? The same is in diabetes. So diabetes has, if we talk about diabetes, we have the pancreas in the body that produce insulin. So the insulin is the hormone that produced by the pancreas. The function is to absorb the sugar from our food and then use the sugar as the food for the cells in the body and produce the energy, right? Let's say our pancreas produce less insulin. What happened in the sugar in our blood, with the sugar in our blood? Less insulin?
Less insulin, sugar will drop, no? Will go high.
Over, right? Let's say you have insulin that absorb the sugar. Now you have less insulin. It means the sugar will stay in the blood, right? Now you have the higher sugar level in your blood. And usually what happen with medication, in modern medication, what the doctor will suggest you if you have high level of sugar in your blood? They will inject you insulin, right, from outside. For the long term, what is the side effect with this treatment?
Body doesn't produce its own insulin.
Because now the pancreas will start to dependent with the supply from the outside, right? So that's why from TCM, if you have that higher sugar level in your blood, it doesn't always mean you need injection first, because for the long term, it will make the pancreas stop to produce insulin, and you will forever dependent with the insulin. So maybe the condition is because the pancreas is weakened, so it cannot produce enough insulin. In other case, pancreas actually still produce insulin, but the insulin doesn't sensitive. Yeah, you have enough amount of insulin that produced by the pancreas, but the pancreas insensitive, so it cannot absorb the sugar. So at the end, you will have the same high sugar level in your blood. The first condition, because you don't have enough insulin, or the pancreas damaged, so they cannot produce insulin. On the other condition, actually the pancreas still can produce normal insulin, but the insulin cannot absorb the sugar. Do you have any idea why the insulin becomes insensitive?